It was an ordinary morning. I had just gotten up. The birds were chirping outside and the cicadas were hissing. Somehow I didn't need to get out of bed. I couldn't seem to wake up until I heard my phone vibrate. It wasn't a call. It was a voicemail from Makoto. I wonder what he wanted. In the voicemail, he mentioned wanting me to be his date for a ball that required one. I was thrilled. I always wanted to dance with him like this. It seemed romantic, almost like a fairy tale. I didn't even know Makoto was interested in going to a masquerade ball, but it'll all be worth it. He said the others were invited too, so I contacted my bestie, but first I had to get through class. Luckily it was the last class before spring break. Perfect timing for this ball. Today's class was Creative Arts Workshop, one of the few classes I shared with Hana-chan. We were assigned to sculpt figures from various types of clay to be displayed outside of campus. I made a shark, of course, while Hana-chan crafted a whimsical hummingbird mixed with a fish. It was very adorable. After class, Hana-chan and I headed back to our apartment. She heard about the masquerade ball. I asked if she heard about the masquerade ball. Of course she said yes, mentioning that her boyfriend was also coming. She had already made the dress for the occasion. It was beautiful. Different from her usual floral pattern attire. Featuring a gorgeous purplish and pink hues. She asked what kind of dress I wanted. I wasn't sure, but I knew Makoto would like me no matter what. He's that kind of boyfriend. He accepts me for who I am. But still, I knew this was nerve-wracking for him, because he doesn't usually dress formally. He's more comfortable in his casual attire, but I think he can pull it off for one night. After all, he did dress up on our first date. And this is our first anniversary as a couple, which makes it very special. Also, they're supposed to be serving dinner. I wonder if they'll have crepes for dessert. That'll be so perfect, because that's what we ate on our very first date. Hana-chan worked tirelessly on my dress, which was completed in a couple of hours. It was breathtaking. When I tried it on, I felt just like a Disney princess. But then I got a call from our good friend Zia. She told me that Kisumi asked her out to the ball, which was very sweet of him. However, Zia didn't have a dress to wear. She had plenty of traditional saris, but she wanted something more princess-like, of course, for the ball. What's good is that Hana-chan had a backup dress that she was happy to offer. We waited about 15 minutes for Zia to arrive. She showed up in her gym clothes, explaining she had an intense workout with Susan, something like a yoga Pilates hybrid class. That sounds incredibly difficult. Like, I could only handle one of those at a time, let alone mixed. But getting ready for the dance was our priority. We helped Zia get all dolled up and dressed. "Do you like the way you look?" Hana-chan asked. Zia stared at herself in the mirror, at the sight before her, and then smiled. "I do feel more regal now," she admitted. She looked a little concerned. I asked Zia what was wrong. Zia confessed that she hasn't been on a date since high school. She shared before moving to Japan, her mother often to pressure someone of a similar heritage. Her family was impoverished. Their neighborhood almost was penniless. She and her mother and her older sister had to work very hard to reach to the place that they are now. Zia said that she liked Kisumi and often helped her for basketball games played by the basketball club, where she even beat him a few times. Although Kisumi is not a swimmer like her, he seems to really enjoy her passion for the sport. Zia admitted that she didn't have very many friends back home where she came from, and was very thankful for all of us. I knew Kisumi ever since I was a very young girl. And despite his occasional annoying moments, he's genuinely a very caring person. He may have a very complex relationship history, but I really hope things work out for him and Zia. After all the preparations, I texted Makoto to ask where the event was. He sent me an image of the invitation postcard with the venue's address. The ball was hosted by someone named Phantom Shackleton. The name sounded familiar. I couldn't place it. Perhaps it was just a coincidence. The ball was being held in the Grand Kuroneko Hall in downtown Tokyo. It wasn't just any venue. It was an exquisite restaurant with stunning stained glass facade and breathtaking views of the bustling city skyline. It resembled a skyscraper with several floors and even a bullet-shaped elevator. The girls and I were in awe of the beautiful sight. Whoever Shackleton is, he has elaborate taste. But one thing made me nervous. We're college students. Could we even afford something like this? We walked into the entrance of the Grand Kuroneko Hall, which resembled a hotel entrance. With its many rotating doors, a large bodyguard approached us. I was worried I had to ask for a password. "I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what the password is," I said as I looked up at the bodyguard, and then I could see who it was. It was somebody I knew. "Sosuke, is that you?" "Sosuke? You mean the friend Kisumi told me so much about?" Zia asked. Hana-chan and I nodded in confirmation. "It's been so long. It's been so long, Sosuke. It's so lovely to see you." Hana-chan smiled at him. Sosuke, of course, didn't say much. He merely just asked our names. "Matsuoka," I replied.
"Before you enter, you must hand me your cell phones. They are forbidden in this establishment,"
Sosuke stated.
"Oh, Tajibana, he's waiting for you in the dining room."
"Thanks. I'll catch up with you later, Sosuke." Adeola? For Shigino," Zia said as she followed me.
"Shigino is in the game room."
Zia ventured off to find him. "Hanamura!" she called out as she searched for her date, Sheena, in the hallway. I headed to the dining room, and luckily as soon as I arrived, I spotted a map that led me right to where my Mako dear was waiting for me.
"Go-chan!"
he said happily. "Mako dear! Happy anniversary!" I exclaimed, hugging my muscular, gentle giant boyfriend and kissing his cheek.
"You too, my princess. Allow me to lead you to our table,"
he said, making my heart burst with joy. The chef was preparing a buffet of delicate delights for all us couples. "Smells so wonderful!" Basically, all of us couples got in line for the buffet as soon as the chef yelled, "Bon appetit!" We all waited patiently in line, and then we started the hors d'oeuvres section, and then I worked my way to the entrees while Mako ordered the drinks. Haru was in the back of the line, and he brought a water bottle as his date. There were tons of entrees to pick from, but they had my favorite, lemon herb, hand-seared salmon fillets. They came with a bed of stir-fried veggies. "I got her entree," I said.
"I deeply appreciate that, darling. Drinks should be ready shortly,"
Mako replied. All the other couples got their food and drinks as well. Haru had to fill his whole plate with mackerel. Makoto and I watched him struggle as he balanced the water bottle and his mackerel stack on his plate. "Haru, be careful!" careful!
Haru! Yeah, be careful. Do you want my help? Makoto offered.
Haru didn't listen or pay attention to his own best friend's words. His water bottle slipped from his grasp as he continued piling mackerel. I bent down to pick up his water bottle, and it was enormous. Like almost half of my size, and I'm only 5'4". Haru, I think you dropped this. I held it up and tried to hand it to him.
Thanks, Ko. How about you bring it to the table?
He said calmly. So Haru, does this mean you'll join us? Makoto asked. Haru looked up and simply nodded. I love that you're joining us, Haru, I chirped. We watched Haru hug his water bottle happily while devouring the mackerel.
Makoto, I know it's your anniversary. I got you something.
Haru said, presenting us with a gift wrapped in stiff tape.
Why, thank you,
Makoto replied as he unwrapped it. We were thrilled to see it was 2 hand-carved model sailboats, one red and the other green, with koi-like spots. Haru even drew tiny fish on the little sails. We are sailing ships? I repeated, admiring the thoughtful gift. Haru nodded.
Kawaii desu! Go-chan! I wonder if these can float in the water. This reminds me of the toy boats Haru and I used to play with as kids, Makoto remarked.
Well, hopefully we can test them out later. It's kind of like playing with Barbie boats. I explained to Makoto that Rin, Sosuke, and I used to play Barbie boats when we were younger. Of course, Rin always wanted his boat to be the fastest, but So had the most luck. That's a story for another day.
I really appreciate you two as my friends. And I see how happy... Oh, let me stop that.
Suddenly, Phantom Shackleton appeared with smoke effects and spotlights. The figure resembled a knight with an armor with a cape. He revealed a masked face when he removed the armor.
Konbanwa, Shokun! The Phantom said to the couples. Well, I hope you have plenty of food on your plate. You might be wondering where dessert is. Well, you have to wait until you watch a performance by our special guests. Then couples, come in line for the ballroom dance, led by our DJ, MC, and G!
Nagisa was the DJ, of course. Hopefully he doesn't go a little too crazy. The curtains on the stage were nearer tables and revealed an opening ballet act performed by none other, everyone's favorite influencer except for me, Hipster Hiyori, and his date, who's also my rival, his #1 fangirl, Ebina Kageyama. They tried to blend ballet with a fan dance with some sort of Dragon Ball Z fusion-like dance move, but then they completed the fusion part and then another mysterious figure appeared. A pink-haired girl wearing glasses. It almost looked like Hiyori's other fangirl, Arisa, in disguise. She began singing Hojo no Suki and another ballad from the Meiji period. While most of us enjoyed her singing, few didn't. Asahi, while sitting with Chigusa, yelled that he didn't want to be put to sleep. Ikuya's date complained it needed more energy. Even Isana seemed to be getting sleepy.
Well, I do find the classics beautiful, but maybe something a little bit more contemporary, maybe to keep everybody's spirits awake.
Ray commented, hoping to keep his partner alert.
I have an idea! Sing the Totoro song, Isuzu suggested. Yay, Totoro! Totoro? That would be great, Makoto said cheerfully. Arisa obliged and then sang the Totoro song. When you're with Totoro, Totoro, Totoro. Oh, such a good memory. We all sang along, feeling a burst of childlike joy. That was the best, Makoto said happily. I know. I wasn't expecting that at all. It was so fun. I agree. Then the Phantom Man announced, I want to wish congratulations to this couple. He pointed to us. For our first anniversary, we all raised our glasses in celebration. But poor Haru didn't join the sing-along. Haru, are you okay? He said nothing, clinging to his water bottle like it's a security blanket. Makoto looked at his best friend with concern. Haru, can you tell me what's wrong? Haru struggled to reply. Couples everywhere, was all he said. Was he feeling jealous? Or was it hitting him that he was the only one without a date? The actual masquerade ball was about to begin. Haru even tried to get up and dance, but dancing with this water bottle was difficult. Suddenly, the Phantom approached him. Haruka Nanase, right? You could dance with me if you like.
Rin? Hey Haru, did I surprise you? Nagisa, can you play something a little softer to set the mood?
Happy anniversary, Gou and Makoto, Rin said to us.
Rin, did you make these?
Rin replied, Sosuke helped. And he told me a bit about it. I'm really happy for you. And Makoto, you keep taking care of my sister. Thank you.
Seriously, that was sweet of you, brother.
Haru, I got some cheesecake. You want some? Haru took a bite from his fork and even offered him his. Rin, aren't we gonna swim together? Rin's eyes lit up. Yes! Let's race in the night pool. Night pool? Sure.
Soon after that, we all got tired and went home. Well, Yasumi dear, happy anniversary. I kissed Makoto on the forehead before he went to bed. But just before I fell asleep, I couldn't help but wonder what Haru and Rin were up to.